I just wrapped up filming a bunch of videos for YouTube, and I wanted to show you behind the scenes of my setup, including the equipment I use. I like to keep it pretty minimal over here and make it work with some of the basics. And I know so many of you are also looking to do the same thing, whether you're starting your YouTube channel or your podcast. So I'm going to show you a behind the scenes of both. Welcome back to the Brandmerry channel. I am Michelle Knight, founder and CEO of Brandmerry.com, and on this channel, we are giving you branding and marketing tips to create more income and impact. And one of the ways that we market here at Brandmerry is through video content and podcast recordings. And I get a lot of questions on what equipment I use, how do I set it up? So I wanted to show you a behind the scenes of exactly what I do. It's important to note that I am often batch recording my content. I talk about that inside of my 90-day content planning video, which you can check out in the description below. If you haven't watched it already, it's a really, really good one. And I talk more about how I love to batch record my content. Yeah, I've got a little setup going on that I'm gonna share with you. It's definitely super minimal, but I don't wanna have to be setting that up every single day. So what I love to do is set it up, record 2 to 3 videos, and then put it away. And then set it up the next time, and so on and so forth. I found that's worked really, really well for me. And you're gonna see why in just a second, because I'm literally trapped in my desk right now with the whole setup and all the cords. So let's take a look. All right, see what I mean? We've got cords everywhere. This is a one-time setup type of thing. So in my recent vlog, I showed you a full office tour. So if you're curious about all that stuff in the background, definitely check that out. But here are some of the basics that I love to have when filming. A light, so important. If you can't get a light, position yourself in front of a window. This light, which we'll link in the description below, is the same light that I also use to record my Reels and TikToks because it has that awesome tripod right in the center. So a light is number one. Now let's go ahead and move to the camera setup. So we use the Canon G7X. It's a great little camera, great for traveling, has high quality. I really, really love it. I also love that it's got this feature on the back that you can flip up so I can see myself and see my position as I am recording my videos. We recently grabbed this portable microphone, which I will also link in the description below, and that's really been super handy for this basic setup and a great travel mic. So if I'm traveling and I want to record any audio for a video or a podcast or just ideas, I can do that pretty easily. Okay, so quick pause. Let's talk about camera and audio and light, shall we? It's really important that you have great lighting with your videos. Any type of video that you're recording for social media, for your blog, for your website, for YouTube, whatever. As I mentioned, if you don't have a light, position yourself in front of a window. But having a ring light has been one of my favorite tools since I started my business, and I think it's a fantastic investment for new creators. When it comes to recording your video, I am recording on my cell phone right now. So do you absolutely need a fancy camera to get started? No, you do not. You can get started with your cell phone. Most new cell phones have fantastic pixels. I know in mine, I can actually record in 4K. So check out your cell phone. Don't let your camera be the reason that you don't get started. And I'm not even using a microphone right now. And maybe you can tell a difference between some of my other videos, but just another example that you can really get started with creating content with a light and your cell phone. So I'll be linking some of these things below if you want to check them out, but that's a little caveat, a little side note that you don't need fancy equipment to get started. As always, I recommend having some sort of tripod. This is a really basic tripod that you can get off of Amazon, and this specifically is really great for my camera, but as I mentioned before, to bring it back to this magical light, you could also typically get a combo pack and your cell phone can fit right in there. So This is me telling you there's no reason that you can't get started creating video content today. The next thing that I wanted to show you is my podcast mic. So I've mentioned before that I use a Yeti Blue. I've been using it for a long time in my business. And there's a couple additional pieces that we have to really improve the sound quality. My husband, who edits my podcast, really loves me to have this pop filter because I tend to be really aggressive with my P's. So again, really something that you can just grab off of Amazon. We'll link it below. You can also grab the soft pop filter here, which is really helpful. And then I got a little extra with it and got this arm. And one of the reasons that I have this arm is because I use this Yeti to record all of my videos and audio in business. So not only am I recording podcast content on this microphone, but as I mentioned before, I create a lot of video walkthroughs for my clients. All of my videos inside of my program, Brandmerry Academy, I record, step-by-step training videos. I offer website audits for my clients. And so having easy access to this microphone has been incredibly beneficial. And y'all, that's it. That's all I'm working with. Some additional things to keep in mind, if you are creating a lot of video content, are additional batteries for your camera if you're using that, an additional SD card so that you can hold a lot of content. And honestly, that is about it. One little thing that I have also loved, if you do a lot of vlog style and maybe you want to use your phone, is this arm. And I'll link this below. Kind of hard for me to show it to you, but it's an extender, right? So you're not all up in my face. And it's creating a little bit of space between me and the camera. But that is it. When it comes to editing, because I know that's a really popular question, I do have the amazing privilege of my talented husband on the Brandmerry team as multimedia manager, and he is editing both my podcast and my YouTube videos. For YouTube video editing, he's using Final Cut Pro, and for podcast recordings, he's doing GarageBand. I record my podcast recordings directly into GarageBand, which makes it super easy to edit. So there you have it, a fun little behind the scenes video of the tools that I'm using in my business. If you want a full office tour, be sure to check that out below where I show you all my plants basically. I think that's most of the video, and that Peloton bike you saw in the background. My favorite thing in the world. The biggest thing and the biggest reason I wanted to share this video with you is oftentimes we think that we have to have all the special equipment to get started. I got started with my first YouTube videos with just my cell phone. I didn't even have a microphone, but I got started. And over the years, I have upgraded and continue to upgrade as I dive more into different platforms. If you want some insider tips on how to get started with your video, to get started with your podcast, to even get started with things like blogging, using Pinterest, and so on and so forth. These are my favorite marketing strategies to teach. I'm giving you behind the scenes of Brandmerry Academy inside my free class, where you can learn how to get your brand seen and paid consistently. You can head to brandmerry.com/class to learn more. And I hope that this video was helpful in A, giving you permission to start today exactly where you are with what you have, and B, giving you an idea of some of the top tools I recommend. Go ahead and subscribe, like this video if it was helpful, and leave me a comment and say, start today if you are going to just start putting your amazing content and your amazing voice out there right now. I'll be back next week with another video. Have a fantastic week. Bye.